Hello everybody and welcome to Starry Tarot. My name is Sophie. I am your friendly tarot reader for today. If you're new here, welcome and thank you so much for your subscription. If you are returning, welcome back and it is good to see you. I am using one of the very few, I only use Rider-Waite-Smith decks, but this is one of the very few RWS decks that I have that is like just the traditional artwork. It is holographic, we gotta keep it glam, keep it fun. I love this deck. It's, very traditional, straightforward. I don't have to do the whole, in the traditional artwork, it is what it is. I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. My basic menu of readings is posted at the bottom of the chat there. Starting with my basic mini reading, that consists of just one question and it is 5 cards. It is a donation amount of $7.77 if you donate using Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, it is $9.99. And then I offer my full reading that consists of 10 cards. That can be just one full question, or it can be split into 2 individual 5-card readings. That's a donation amount of $14.14, unless you need to use Super Chat, in which it's $20.20. And then finally, I offer my expanded or in-depth reading. I highly recommend that. That consists of 15 cards. That's as many cards as I will abide in a reading. And that can just be one full question, or it can be split into one full 10-card reading and one 5-card reading, or you can split it into 3 individual 5-card readings, whatever you choose. And that's a donation amount of $21.21 if you donate with Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use Super Chat, it's $29.29. And as I mentioned earlier, I can answer any of your questions so long as they're not medical or legal. I answer a lot of questions pertaining to spirit, a lot of questions pertaining to career, finance, and especially a lot of questions pertaining to love and romance and just interpersonal relationships in general. The most popular reading that I give is my OG love reading. It's actually no additional donation amount. It's the same amount as a regular mini. It can be done as a mini, a full, or an expanded. And it tells you what your current what their current thoughts are towards you, their current feelings, their current intentions, as well as their general energies towards the current connection between you and them, and your general energies. So it answers 5 questions really in one. It is very comprehensive. It doesn't necessarily have to be of a romantic nature. I've done this spread for people's coworkers, family members. I've done it for people's pets. If you are just curious as to how somebody is regarding you overall, I highly recommend the OG Love spread. I tried renaming it the TFI, the Thoughts, Feelings, and Intentions reading, but that didn't really take off. So we're just going to stick with OG Love, although it doesn't have to be romantic. And then I also offer soulmate confirmation readings. Oops, I misspelled that. Soulmate confirmation readings, my soulmate confirmation readings. Those are for those of you who are currently in a connection with someone right now. It doesn't have to be of a romantic nature. I have definitely done this reading for people who are curious about someone being a soulmate in their life and they're not romantic. But it often is asked from a romantic context. It doesn't have to be, but the way that we ask is simple. It can be we do it in one of 2 different ways. The first way we can ask is we directly ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if the person who you are in a connection with is indeed your soulmate, and if the answer is yes, they'll explain why and in what context. If the answer is no, they'll explain why not. And then alternatively, we ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if they give their divinely ordained blessing towards this connection. If they do, that's a big solid yes on the soulmate front, and they will go into explanation as to what purpose this person is going to serve in your life. If the answer is no, they'll explain why not. It's a 10-card reading, so it's comprehensive. It is a donation amount of $16.16 if you donate with Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, it is $23.23. And then I also offer past life regression readings. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was very young. We can ask Spirit to illustrate a past life of yours with really any intention. The most common one is, what past life of mine can help me the most in this life right now, the challenges that I'm facing in this life, the questions that I'm facing, the decisions that I'm having to make. That's a very common one. But past life regression can really reveal so much about yourself. It can explain irrational fears. It can explain recurring dreams or nightmares. It can really illuminate a lot about your overall soul's tapestry and who you are as a person. And that is a 10-card reading, and it is a donation amount of $19.19, unless you need to use Super Chat, in which it's $27.27. And we just received a donation from Shateria. Hey girl, how are you doing? Thank you so much for your donation. Hello, love. How are you today? Sorry, I'm still here. I just need to blow my nose. Good. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I pulled the sun today for my tarot card, so far so good. This was funny. I had to return something that I got at Nordstrom. So I went to Nordstrom Rack because you can return stuff that you get from regular Nordstrom, and like it's super windy and blustery today where I live, and it was this little organza shawl that I didn't wear to my brother's wedding, and it blew out of the damn bag. It blew out of the damn bag, girl. I was parked like right outside the store, and not only did the shawl blow out of the bag, but the receipt. It was okay. I was able to get the shawl. Lost the receipt. Um, Literally to the quantum winds. I was like scrambling to find it, but they didn't need it. I was like, I paid with a card. I was just hoping they weren't gonna send me to like the department store because that's like miles away from me. But no, they were all good. They were able to find my purchase. But yeah, windy. It's messing up my hair too. Anyway, reminds me, honestly, a lot of these days it reminds me of when I used to live in Chicago. I have to live in this has to be a wind tunnel here. Like, it's not like this when I go downtown. Like, it's sunnier, it's not nearly as windy, but if I stay over here, yeah. I was like, ah! People were like, people didn't really know what had happened. Like, because I was freaking out, but I was okay. But I was kind of freaking out to myself, like, and then they saw me like grab something. I'm like, yeah, no, I lost a receipt, and yeah, a little bit of a drama queen, but I'm sure you feel me. It was like really like I would get it if it was in my hands, but I had it like tucked away in the bag. Shoot, not fair. Anyway, other than that, well, yeah, it was a great day because they were able to take care of me. And then I almost bought something when I was there, and I'm like, no. It was this really cute bracelet, but I wasn't able to try it on, and there was already a little scratch on the side of it, and I've bought that brand's jewelry before, and it hasn't been good quality, so I skipped out. If I see that bracelet there again in like 3 weeks, then I'll get it. That's my rule. But anyway, how are you, love? How can I help you? I'm all like just babbling over here. How are you? How can I help you? What query do you have today? He didn't. Okay. Okay, so will Damon text you text you back in the next 7 days? Okay, so you texted him. He hasn't texted you. When did you text him? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Damon text Shateria back in the next 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Damon text Shateria back in the next 7 days? Do you guys live close to each other, or is there distance? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Damon text Shateria back in the next 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Damon text Shateria back within the next 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Damon text Shateria back in the next 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Damon text Shateria back in the next 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Damon text Shateria back in the next 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Damon text Shateria back in the next 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Damon text Shateria back in the next 7 days? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Damon text Shateria back in the next 7 days? Today. Okay. Like the evening. Yes, we live in the same city. Wait. Well, it's like evening. It's 4:51 where I live right now. So you texted him today, like very recently, like within the past few hours, you mean? Let's see what the cards have to say, girl. We have 5 of Cups, Ace of Cups, 6 of Pentacles reversed, 3 of Wands reversed. I remember that came up in the last reading. And 6 of Wands reversed. It doesn't look good. The next 7 days do not look good. There's a few things to unpack here. First thing I've noticed. First thing that I noticed was this 3 of Wands reversed. This came up I believe the first time I read for him. I told you that he was going to communicate with you, but it might take some time. Do you remember me saying that? I remember saying that only because I remember seeing this card, and that was and that was the energy I got from this card. I don't know if he's been trying to contact me because I had blocked his number because I'm in a situationship. Oh, okay, that's possible, because as I mentioned, there's a couple other things to unpack here too. Starting with this 5 of Cups, I do also recall sensing that he was single. I think he's single. I don't think he's involved with anyone, but I do think that he got out of a really serious relationship. That he's over the. I believe he's over the person, but I don't believe he's completely over. I don't think he's fully healed from that situation. I don't think that he's dated since then, because what I'm seeing here with this Ace of Cups, that he absolutely has he is fond of you. He is extremely fond of you, and I think he was happy to see that you texted him, but it also reminded him that he hasn't been in the game for a while. It's been a while since his toes been in the water of the dating pool, and I think that like the couple of times he has tried to date since that big breakup, I think there's been he's ran into a lack of success. Can you remind me what his sign is again? Did you say he was a Cancer? So what concerns me here is this 6 of Pentacles reversed. The 6 of Pentacles is like give and take, is like a back and forth, give and receive, and you've given him your communication. But it's only been, you're not sure, okay, but it's only been like a day, or not even a full day since you texted him, right? So that's not a long time. Could have been nice if he texted you immediately, or like within that hour, because, let's be real, we're all glued to our phones. I'm not glued to my messages, I will say. I don't read I used to be glued to my messages. Now I kind of read them like in a group, maybe 3 times a day. Um, Depending on how I have my notifications set up, depending on how busy I am and stuff. Um, I believe he's seen your message. I do. I think he's seen it. You did mention that you blocked his number. So is it impossible for him to contact you via phone unless you unblock him? This could be what this Six of Wands is referring to. He might be feeling like he tried and failed. If that's the only way that he can reach you, and if you have that blocked, and you want him to respond back to you, or at least see if he responds back to you, I would unblock him. But is that the only way he can contact you? Good Lord, I can hear the wind outside. Blustery. That's the only way. So that's quite possible what this Six of Wands reversed is, as well as the Six of Pentacles reversed. There's a good something tells me he's tried and it's feeling some kind of defeat, some kind of loss. So from a practical standpoint, if that's the only way that he can respond to you, then in order to get that response, you'll have to unblock him. I don't really quite know how well blocking works, but if he did text you since you texted him, would you get the message delayed if you unblocked him? Like, would you still receive a message he sent maybe over the past like few hours or something? I do it because I don't want the person I'm with to find out. Okay, so that's the decision that you're going to have to make, love. If you want to hear back from him, you're going to have to give him an ability to respond to you, because it looks like, by all means and purposes, that he wants to, and may have already done so. But if the connection that you're in if it would result in your partner finding out, and if you guys aren't in an open thing, yeah, they might not be okay with that. I'm going to be ending things with them soon. Things haven't been good between me and this person. Yeah, got you. Yeah, so it looks to me that there's a really good chance that he has tried to respond with that Six of Wands reversed, Six of Pentacles reversed, Five of Cups. That tells me that I think he's tried and was like, wait, it like didn't go through. Like, huh? Did you like text him and then immediately block his number? Is that what happened? I mean, I can't tell you what to do. Obviously, you have to do what's good for you and whatnot, and in the right timing. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's tried here. No, okay. I mean, if you guys were like friends on Instagram or something, and there was another way for you guys to communicate, that'd be different. But yeah, if there's only one way, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, I'll unblock him when I have to work. Okay. Yeah, and again, I'm not quite sure how blocking works with if it's, like, I don't know if it's the same with like all message platforms, but I think that if he sent you a message while you had him blocked, I think you'll probably still get it, just delayed. I don't want to lose this because Disconnection over the situation. Yeah, precisely. You don't want the situation that's not serving you to prevent you from having a good opportunity. But it also sounds like you should probably leave or you know that you want to leave the situation that you're in right now. And this is a good example of the lack of freedom and the opportunities that it could possibly be closing you off from. You know, because I've been in a similar situation. Yeah, yeah. And you have to do what's best for you, and you know, you're a young woman. And we just received a donation from Wendy. Thank you so much, girl. You know, you're a young lady and you have to live your life and have your freedom. If this person isn't being good to you, you know. Well, thank you so much, Shatiria. I appreciate you, and I hope I brought you clarity there. Hey, Wendy, I'm doing well. How are you today? This has woken me up to head ahead and leave. To go ahead. Yeah, yeah. I hear you. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't want you being in a situation where it's preventing you from the good things that you deserve, you know. Good. Took a sick day to sort some things out. Good for you, girl. You've earned it for sure. I was actually looking up all my sick days and hours at the academy. Way more than I thought I had. Quite a lot more than I thought I had. No vacation time, but quite a few sick days, like a lot. I'm like, whoa, that's good to know. Oh, thank you. Well, I haven't worked there in like a month or so. We don't start until the fall, but I was thinking like because it sucks if I need to do if I can't like reshuffle my schedule and I want to go somewhere or I get another opportunity. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but so I don't want to take advantage of them. I do want to use them for sick time, but if I need to use them for something, I could. What is Spirit's general reading for August? Let's see, love. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Wendy expect from the month of August? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Wendy expect from the month of August? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Wendy expect for the month of August? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Wendy expect for the month of August? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What can Wendy expect for the month of August? Ancient messages and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect for the month of August? Ancient messages and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect for the month of August? Ancient messages and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect for the month of August? Ancient messages and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect for the month of August? Ancient messages and spirit guides, what can Wendy expect for the month of August? By the way, full moon in Aquarius tonight. Hope you're feeling good. I am feeling good. That's awesome. Someone, it might have been you, told me it was a full moon tomorrow or today. I thought it was in Libra, but I trust you that it's in Aquarius because, yeah, I'm feeling my oats. I'm feeling good. All right, girl, we have Five of Pentacles, Page of Wands reversed, the High Priestess, Ten of Swords reversed, and Five of Swords. Okay, we got two of the fives. Jeez Louise. So, starting with the first five we have here, the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a feeling of abandonment or feeling like excommunicated or feeling a lack of a sense of community, could be feeling a sense of financial hardship. The fives are my least favorite cards in the deck, in every suit. They're tough cards. And yeah, the Five of Pentacles, yeah, isolation, hardship, feelings of abandonment, adversity, unemployment. It's often a sign of unemployment. But we also have this Five of Swords here at the end. Five of Swords is a feeling of defeat, feeling as though you did everything that you were supposed to have done, yet things still did not work in your favor. It's often indicative of, yeah, disputes, conflicts, hostility, but yeah, often represents a feeling of loss, or even feelings, especially if one's a perfectionist, feelings of like, did I procrastinate? Did I not use my time wisely enough? Which I am not the one to judge. I was gonna say, which you do, but I'm also not the one to judge that. It's I'm talking about like self judgments. This Page of Wands reverse. I don't want to default everything to, default to blaming everything on your work, but I do see your work at like a very angry, like, pimple that's about to come to a head. I think that's the grossest but most apt analogy I can give for your work right now. Oh, or like this sty I'm covering up on my eye, like it's coming to a head, like, or a volcano that's about to erupt. I almost said volcano dot dot dot. I'm not going to say where you work, but yeah, like Mount blah 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 is about to erupt. This Page of Wands reversed is often indicative of, oh gosh, the sty, it's still there. I mean, they told me it'll, like, the sty itself will likely still be there for another couple of weeks. I'm still putting on the medication 3 times a day. I still can't put makeup on. I might just have to go to the doctor and just be like, can you just get rid of this, please? I think after 4 weeks, that's the treatment. If it's not gone by then, that's likely. I hope I don't have to do that, but yeah, it's still there. That's why my hair is like this. I want some clarity with this Page of Wands reversed here. You do not feel stable in work or in a new project. During this period, you might experience stress due to the fact that your life is full of unexpected changes. And I really get that sense with your workplace over the next month, that there's going to be lots of change, restructuring, but really a lot of changes on the road ahead. And I think you even said, like, things have changed so much since when I first started that it's like it's not the same place as it used to be. And that's really a big thing of that's a big aspect of what I'm seeing here. And I would not be surprised if you're gone by the end of the month with both this Ten of Swords reversed and the High Priestess right here in the center. I'm actually getting chills right now. I don't know if it's because I'm genuinely cold, or if I really think this is like the time. But the High Priestess is definitely a card of striking out on one's own. The Five of Pentacles is a card representative of leaving one's workplace, but and it kind of looks at it in a slightly more negative connotation. But the High Priestess is like the self-employed girly, the one who's doing it on her own, the one who's listening to herself, answers to herself, not to others. Ten of Swords reversed is something that was very stressful and burdensome, coming to an end, coming to a close. Today I got the green light from my doctor to leave work. So you'll be gone. You won't even be there for the month of August. I wonder if you'll be returning in September. I wonder if this is what it's saying, like you, because the High Priestess is also revelations coming to and realizations. If you're not, and I'm getting chills again. Yeah, if you're not going to be working, if you got the green light and you're going to be gone for the month of August, that's very. I need to talk to work about my leave. Yeah, that's very plausible. That this big High Priestess right in the center, staring right at us, is you coming to the realization, like, this alone time, this me time, me directing my own life is where I need to be. Because I do what I need to do at my job, yet I don't get the recognition or respect that I deserve. My doctor said I can ask to extend depending on my progress. Okay. Well, that's good news. That's good news, Wendy. Yeah, this is leading me to wonder if you're going to come to a realization over the next month, that it's really the time to move on, to move forward, even if it's not in the specific direction that you want it to be going right now. I think separating yourself from that place is going to be healing for you, not just with your medical leave, but overall, in general. The place is toxic. It's called toxicity for a reason. There's like actual toxicity there. And I wouldn't be surprised if your health improves after not being there, you know. My next question is, how do I navigate all this to get myself to a better place? Yeah. Let me quickly put my it's got really cold. 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, so how do you navigate all this to get yourself to a better place? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Wendy navigate all this to get herself to a better place? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how should Wendy navigate all of this to get herself to a better place? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how should Wendy navigate this to get herself to a better place? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how should Wendy navigate this to get herself to a better place? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how should Wendy navigate this so she can get herself to a better place? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how should Wendy navigate these challenges so she can get herself to a better place? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how should Wendy navigate these challenges so she can get herself to a better place? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how should Wendy navigate these challenges so she can get herself to a better place? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how can Wendy navigate these challenges so she can get herself to a better place? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how should Wendy navigate these challenges so she can get herself to a better place? The Magician, Judgment, the Sun is my card for today. Six of Swords, an Ace of Wands reversed. This is telling, especially with this Ace of Wands reversed here, which is my no-no, it's like my thumbs down card, matched with all this, this is telling me, they're saying there's not much you have to do to navigate these challenges. You are navigating these challenges. Whatever you're doing right now, you are fully utilizing all of your strengths. You're utilizing your wand, your cup, your sword, and your pentacles. You've got it all. to navigate this, walking away, separating yourself from someone or something. Let's wonder who. Yeah, making a serious. The only thing you really have to do here is make that judgment call, that ultimate judgment call. Okay, the plan is to actually heal, get my health in order, and find a new job before I have to return. Okay, gotcha. And then find a new job. Okay, so, well, there's definitely healing here with the sun, but so would the plan to be to leave your current job before finding new ones once your health's in order? Oh no, I get it. Once your health's in order, and then hopefully you'll still have time to find a new job before you have to return. Gotcha. Or yeah, and finding a new job within that time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I figured that was part of the plan. Yeah, I was finding the next step while you're away. And I do think you are going to find that, love. The sun, judgment, the sun especially is clarity, seeing the light. I'm using the time off to do it all. Got that yeah, that's what I figured. It was This is what you're. I mean, I know that there's a legitimate that you do need to heal, but I figured that was that was the escape plan, was to use this time absolutely to look for another job, and I think that you're going to find that job. I think you're going to find that next step, but Spirit is saying that you've got this. What you're doing right now, the plan that you have right now, is legit, but it's just crucial that you do leave. And the sun is also the sun and judgment, brand new beginnings. Something comes to a close. Something new comes to a start, a fresh start. Ace of Wands reversed, something coming to a close, and you not having to do as much as you think that you may need to think, as much as you think you may need to do. I can extend up to 4 months of leave, but hopefully I can find something before then. Yeah, I think you will. I think you will. I think, yeah, with all that time and with how fastidious you are and focused you are, I absolutely think you can find the next step, the next place for you. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like you're going to find it, love. The sun is seeing the light, seeing that clarity, finding the light guiding your path. The sunshine is guiding your path. It's allowing you to see the horizon and what's next for you. And yeah, you're implementing all of your skills here, all of your abilities, all of your gifts, in moving forward, moving forth. You've got this, love. You really do. Spirit's saying you are for sure on the right path. This plan of yours is excellent. Yeah, it will give you the time, the space to find another opportunity. Because you've earned this. You've earned this time. So it's absolutely, what you're doing is absolutely kosher. I'm taking the leap and trusting that I land successfully. That's all we can do. Whenever there's some kind of change, I'll talk. I'm going through something a little similar, different part of my life, but yeah, there's something I need to move away from, and I don't know where yet, or like how, but I know I need to make it happen, and I need to trust. I think I need to just take more of a leap of faith and trust that I can. I'll be success. I'll find some kind of success. And you're so welcome, Wendy. Thank you. I hope I brought you clarity there. You got this. I hope you enjoyed your day off. And I'm really glad that you got that time approved. You definitely deserve that. Thank you, love. Thank you. I appreciate you. So the donation queue is once again open. So I'm also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. If that is something that you are interested in, please let me know. I do need to know your loved one's name, their date of birth, their date of passing, and their relation to you. It's super helpful if you can provide me with a photograph of them, but it's not required. And thank you so much, Shateria, for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. So we met at my friend's wedding. Did he mention me to her, trying to figure me out? What is your friend's name? Desiree, okay. Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Did Demond ask Desiree about Shateria? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Did Demond ask Desiree anything about Shateria? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Did Demond ask Desiree about Shateria? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Did Demond ask Desiree about Shateria? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Did Demond ask Desiree about Shateria? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Did Demond ask Desiree about Shateria? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Did Demond ask Desiree about Shateria? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Did Demond ask Desiree about Shateria? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Did Demond ask Desiree about Shateria? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Did Demond ask Desiree about Shateria? Okay, love. Let's see. We have the Fool, Seven of Wands reversed, the Devil reversed, the Hanged Man, and Ace of Swords reversed. Okay. So this was kind of the energy I was getting before I pulled the cards. Was he definitely wanted to ask her about you. He's very curious about you with the Hangman and the Fool. But he also wants to move very slowly and and cautiously. He knows he likes you. We know he likes you, but we're not positive as to whether he's ready to embark on a romantic journey right now. And he knew that even if he asked Desiree not to say anything with this Ace of Swords reversed and the Devil reversed, he knew that it would be pretty almost impossible for her to not tell you, you know, because it wouldn't be anything negative. But it would be like, hey, girl, like, just let you know, like, this, you know, he asked about you. Like, you, just coming from my perspective, I don't know how close you and her are, but if that happened with any of my girls, it'd be very hard for me to keep that to myself. Good news, like, this guy's just, no, he thinks you're cute. He's interested in you, um, because, but at the same time, both him and I realize that can get people, once it gets people talking, then okay, so you guys have been girls for a while, okay, so yeah, she, if he had, that's also my theory, is that if he had asked about you, I don't think that she would have been able to keep it to herself, because it's not one of those secrets that's like, that would have protected you, it's like, it's good news, um as much as I like to keep people's, privacy, that would be hard for me to do, especially if I didn't know him nearly as well as my friend. Um, so that's what's going on, is he wanted to ask her just more about, like, who you are as, as a person, but he knew damn well how we are. And he was like, well, I don't know if she's, he didn't know if you were going to text him. I think he was surprised, girl. I think he was surprised when you texted him. He wasn't sure if you were going to text him, if he was, if you should have waited a certain amount of time to text you. Like, it's been, again, I will repeat, it's been so long. Have you asked Desiree about him? I'd be curious to ask her how what she knows about him. Um, but oh yeah, and the Seven of Wands reversed. His guard his guards are still up, and when one's guards are still up, it can be tough to just date freely and openly, um, and not fear, or not, and or not to be in a position where it wouldn't matter if Desiree had said something, because there are positions where, like, someone might actually want the person to say something to someone, like, him telling you, like, okay, well, I know Desiree will tell Shateria, so I should ask her, but he's not in that open, vulnerable, like, I don't know why I just did that little movement, but he's not he's not in that vulnerable place right now. Yeah, I would be curious. Hey, Sarah Marie, absolutely, you can get a reading. All my basic menu of readings is posted at the bottom of the chat. If you need to donate with SuperChat, yeah, the donation amounts are right there. If you donate with Venmo, PayPal, or Cashapp, the donation amounts you see in the post at the bottom of the chat are what you would pay. So yeah, it's definitely not a matter of him not being interested. I would ask, if I were you, like, okay, literally, I'm putting myself in your shoes. I was at a wedding, my brother's wedding recently. If I met a guy that was a mutual friend that I liked, I would ask my brother or my friend, but especially my friend. Yeah, yeah. Just like, what's that person like, you know? Just, out of curiosity, what is going on here? Did this close out or something? Or am I? Wait a sec. Did we lose connection? No, we didn't. Okay. Well, thank you so much again, Shateria. I really appreciate you as always. Hope I brought you clarity there. I'm still seeing and feeling very palpable attraction towards you from Demond, and interest in you. Um, he's a bit insecure. He's not completely, like, open right now when it comes to dating, he's scared. He's scared because it's been so long. But the interest is still there. You know, the interest is I'm still seeing it's definitely still there. So yeah, the donation queue is once again open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. I also offer private readings that are not over the lives, that are not publicly read over a live stream. I offer two different types of private readings. The first type that I offer is done over Zoom by appointment only, and it's just me and you, nobody else. I do not record the session at all. You can record it on your end, but I don't record it online. But yeah, it's totally private. You can give me all the backstory and context that you want. There's no limitation to the number of questions that we can answer for you. And we just received a donation from Sarah. Thank you so much, Sarah, for your donation, love. Were you interested in do you have multiple questions, or did you want to do one deep dive with one question, love? You can do one 15 card reading, you can do one 10 card reading and one 5 card reading, or you can do three individual 5 card readings. I want to know, will I get into the Air Force and out of the Army career? Okay. Yeah, we can look into that, Sarah. Sarah, what is your astrological sign? And I have training in the Army for 2 weeks. How will it go? We can definitely ask that too. So did you want to do a 10 card reading and a 5 card? You have 2 questions. Is that what you wanted to do? You're a Taurus. Okay. You got it. Which question did you want to start with the 10 card reading? The Air Force, or how training will go? Yeah. I was gonna suggest. I was gonna say that I feel like the Air Force is a bit. I don't know. Probably more complex, and that's a good idea. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force and out of her current Army position? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Have you? Oh, never mind. I'll ask in a second. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Sarah get into the Air Force? Alright, love, let's see. We have the High Priestess reversed, Death, Six of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Pentacles reversed, 10 of Wands reversed, 9 of Wands, King of Cups, the Fool, 10 of Pentacles, and 10 of Cups reversed. Now, I don't know, so what I was going to ask you when I was in the middle of shuffling was what might sound like a dumb question, because I don't know how the Army and the Air Force and the Navy, I don't know how our armed forces work. Do you only get one shot to apply? And have you applied before or yet? Because I'm seeing that it is absolutely, and I'm not saying this just to so that you walk away happy, because I definitely have a lot of clients that sadly don't walk away happy, because I don't know if I've given you a reading before, but I'm very brutally honest. If I see that something's not a good, that there isn't a good chance, I'll let you know. But this looks like it does look challenging, but it looks like absolutely a challenge that you are 100% qualified for. Now, there's certain folks where you just applied for the Air Force, okay, and so are you awaiting on your acceptance? Is that what's going on right now? If you were to get denied the first time, would you have a chance to apply again? Because I do see it being very challenging, but I have to repeat that starting here with this 9 of Wands, you absolutely have the stamina and the strength and you're qualified. No, I have to go through a process. Okay. Would you be okay? So you'd have to go. Would you be able to go through that process again, or no? Is it just like one shot? That's all you've got, and you've already done. Have you already gone through that process? Sorry, I just want some clarity on how it works, because it'll help me with what I'm seeing here. You are absolutely. I should have asked. Will I pass the ASAVB? Oh, so there's several different steps to it. Okay, that's probably why I'm seeing so many ups and downs. So there's multiple steps to it, is what you're saying. Have you taken the ASAVB? The High Priestess is about knowledge. So it's interesting that you mentioned a test here, an exam. The High Priestess is about knowledge and attaining knowledge. Okay, so that's something. If you have not taken the ASAVB, that is. Are there study guides for that? Are there like practice tests and whatnot? Yeah, it's definitely an exam that you can pass, Sarah. I'll be honest, like I read for some people that ask about test results, or like, should I do this test? It's like, well, yeah, sometimes I have to say, like, yes, you can, but the chances will be very slim unless you like really, 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 really study. Or even if you really study, the chances would still be really slim. What I'm seeing here is the chances are about 50-50. There is definitely boning up that needs to be done. If there are practice tests that you can start doing, or if there's a study guide that you can grab and start practicing, I would definitely start there. And that's what I'm seeing also with the 6 of Pentacles reversed and the Fool, is like, start your journey. Definitely start this journey. But there is still, with the 6 of Pentacles being reversed, yeah, there's definitely still work to be done before fully being feeling confident to really apply. Because yeah, despite it being very, very difficult, very, very competitive, this 10 of Cups reversed, with this 10 of Wands reversed, and it's something else I noticed when I was pulling the cards that's interesting. We have this 10 of Wands reversed, and then the next card I pulled was the 9 of Wands upright. This is telling me that you can. This is again a challenge. Although it is a challenging endeavor, not just the test, but the entire process is challenging. It's definitely something that it's a challenge that you could absolutely take on. It's a battle that you can absolutely conquer. And so I think I think getting started with studying for this exam is going to be your best bet right now. With this Ace of Pentacles reversed and this Ten of Pentacles upright, in my opinion, this is out of the entire deck of 78, and someone who reads reversals, this is the most powerful card in the deck, reading about any situation, whether it be romantic, career, financial. This is ultimate satisfaction and contentment. This is absolutely a win. This is absolutely a victory. The Spirit is also saying that there is some preparation, some additional preparation that needs to be done before heading into this. And I know you're not a Scorpio, but it's interesting. We have actually both the two Scorpio cards here, Death and the King of Cups. These are two of my favorite cards here. This is a rebirth, a resurgence, a new life, a new direction. And this is a reminder to do your very best to not let this challenging process affect you emotionally. It's not a personal, the decisions that they make are not based on personal matters. They're only based on the work that you put into this. So it is you have a very, very good chance of getting into the Air Force. It sounds like it's a multi-step process. But it also looks like that first step, you should definitely embark on, but pause and really bone up and feel like, in regards to the test, like definitely take it, but I would wait to take it until you feel completely confident in succeeding in the test. Okay. So that is what I see for you there. Definitely a dream that is attainable and worth, and definitely still worth chasing and trying for. And then you wanted to know, you have training in the Army for 2 weeks. How will it go? Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will Sarah's 2-week Army training go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will Sarah's 2-week Army training go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will Sarah's 2-week Army training go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will Sarah's 2-week Army training go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will Sarah's 2-week Army training go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will Sarah's 2-week Army training go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will Sarah's 2-week Army training go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will Sarah's 2-week Army training go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will Sarah's 2-week Army training go? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How will Sarah's 2-week Army training go? All right, love. We have 8 of Cups reversed, 10 of Wands reversed, King of Wands reversed, Ace of Wands, and 9 of Wands. Again, this 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands showed up again. It is going to be challenging. It is going to be challenging, but it is absolutely the 9 of Wands is often seen as like the soldier, like the one who's on the battlefield. I'm not even joking. Like, if you were to like ask, if I were to be asked like who would be like the soldier of the tarot deck, absolutely would be the 9 of Wands. I mean, yeah, we have other fighters in the deck, but The Knight of Wands is really about being on the battlefield and having that stamina, having that strength, that resilience, that power. This Ten of Wands reverse is Spirit acknowledging that it is not easy, that it is a challenge, that it just because you have the strength to overcome the challenges that you'll be tested with in your training doesn't mean that it doesn't make you feel weary at times and tired. But it's also a reminder from Spirit that you are as strong as you really are, and it's okay for strong people to feel weak at times. It's absolutely okay. This King of Wands reverse, though, this looks like a superior of yours, if not a current one, possibly a temporary one during the training, who is super duper strict, not just with you, but with other folks in the training course. Unnecessarily so. Really like taking their power and like almost to the point of abusing it. Not abusing, not necessarily abusing it, but like going a bit far in their treatment of their trainees. I don't know what the training is for, and you don't have to tell me. But I get the sense that you may feel as though after, and this is just your feelings after completing the training program, this Eight of Cups reversed, you may walk away, and this is literally the card of walking away. You may walk away feeling like, what did I even learn over the course of 2 weeks there? Like you may feel like you might have wasted your time, but Spirit's saying that even if you feel that way, it is not a waste of your time with this beautiful Ace of Wands. Again, I don't know what this training is for specifically, but it will lead to an opportunity that perhaps would not have been available to you if you had not embarked on this training course. So overall, again, we have the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands reversed, same positions as well. The challenge is still very, very real, but your strength and your tenacity, your stamina is off the charts, crazy, powerful, and but it's also okay. It's okay to feel tired, to feel weak at times. It's all part of the process. So yeah, I see it being a successful training course, even if you may not feel like it is at the end. This Eight of Cups reverse is definitely more feelings. Spirit is saying that it will absolutely be a win with that beautiful Ace of Wands there. Okay. So that is what I am seeing for you, Miss Sarah. Thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate you, and I hope I brought you clarity with your questions. And thank you so much for joining the channel. I really appreciate you. All right, so the donation queue is once again open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you so very much. And we just received a donation. Thank you so much from Miss Yada Who. Thank you, love. Let me go ahead and add you here. How can I help you today, love? What is your query? Hey, please mute. Can I have a general? Of course, absolutely. All right, love. Let's see what we have here. We have Knight of Swords reversed, Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Magician reversed, Six of Pentacles reversed, and Five of Cups reversed. Okay, yeah, it's very heavy energy. Starting with the Knight of Swords reversed. Knight of Swords reversed is very... The first thing that I think of when I see the Knight of Swords reversed is extremely chaotic mental energy, scattered mental energy, having a very difficult time. And I'm not diagnosing you. I have ADHD, so I'm very Knight of Swords reversed a lot of the time in my thinking. But I have a difficult time oftentimes delineating. Focus on one thing at a time instead of like sometimes I will entangle several different things in one. I want some clarity here with this Ace of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles reversed might be feelings of, and correct me if I'm wrong, but missed chances, instability, scarcity, possibly running into delays with projects, or the start of a new business, or something in your personal life. But regardless of what place in your personal life that this is that we're referring to, maybe several aspects of your personal or your overall life, there's a sense of stagnation that I'm getting energetically. And the way that I ask for general messages, I ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides to illustrate the most necessary messages that you need to hear at this time. The Magician reversed is indicative of, from what I'm getting from Spirit, a little bit of both. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Spirit is feeling as though you're not using all of your strengths right now. You're not focused and utilizing all of your all the great potential that you have. Your sword, your wand, your cup, your pentacles. They definitely see you as the magician, and they see you with all of these faculties, but they feel as though you're not really integrating all of them into the changes you want to see implemented in your life at this time. And you may even be feeling a little similar to that you're not using all of your potential and all of your resources to get things moving out of a feeling of stagnation. The Six of Pentacles reversed is an indicator of inequality and balance, a lack of give and take, whether that be directly with others in your life or with yourself. The energy, it actually feels more like with yourself, like Spirit encouraging you to focus more on investing in your own life. I think that also comes with this Ace of Pentacles reverse. These being investments, not literal financial investments. I mean, they may require some pentacles, but for the most part, it's the energy I'm getting from this is that you're not investing quite as deeply as you should in yourself and how you want to see your life come to fruition, which they find disappointing, but they also know that a large part of it has to do with your overall sense of emotional well-being. With this Five of Cups reverse, they know that you're still healing. They know that you're still processing some losses. But in its reverse form, they want to remind you that you're so close to the finishing line when it comes to healing and really moving forward. And part of that finishing line is really letting go of those past losses, not expecting them to repeat, and just moving forward, keeping on, and that's the only way that's that thing that will break this sense of stagnation, the sense of things not moving in the direction that they should be moving, or moving in any cohesive direction. That will be an integral step in fully moving forward, is focusing on the present, really focusing on the present and taking advantage of each present moment as much as possible. If you focus on the past too much, it can often result in feelings of sadness, regret. Five of Cups, regret. If we focus too much on our future, that can sometimes cause undue anxiety and fears. So it's really best for us to be focused on our future and the end goal, but doing all that we can do in our present moment to get the gears turning, to get the wheels turning, and move that stagnancy, get that stagnancy away and get things moving. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you, love. Thank you very much for your donation. As always, I appreciate you, and I wish you all the very best. And I know it can be hard for me. It can be hard to figure out what do I focus on right now? Where do I put my mental energies? And to delineate, different time frames for different ideas that I have. But it is very doable for sure. You're welcome. You are welcome, love. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so the donation queue is once again open. If you have a question, I am here for you. Thank you so very much. Hey E, yeah, I can help you with that. You would be next. Yeah, no one's here. If you actually want me to read for you, I'd be more than happy to. Hope you are doing well. Alright, everybody, it is that time of night where I'm going to do a last call for all donations. If you have a question that you would like me to answer for you this evening, I am here for you. Otherwise, I will be signing off for this evening. But yeah, let me know in the chat if you have a question, or simply send your donation and we will get started. It is last call for any and all donations tonight. Thank you. Last call tonight for all donations. Thank you. By the way, today is Jewish Valentine's Day, so remember to tell your sweetie that they mean a lot to you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you very much. I do private readings as well. If you don't catch this live stream in time, you know that I do private readings for no additional donation amount over on Instagram. If you just send me your donation with your question, I can answer it over voice memos over DM. That way it is both private and at your convenience if you didn't catch me in time. Last call for any and all donations tonight. Thank you very much. Alright, looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Thank you all so very, very much. And I will see you all again soon. Bye-bye.